order for the Village Board of Trustees for Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. Roll call, please.
Bricklow.
Here.
We got Sharon.
Here.
Paula.
Hollenbeck.
Hollenbeck.
Here.
Blackwood.
Here.
Trendle.
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
And it's Jacobson.
How did I rate? I got a first name.
Get that right.
All right.
Yeah.
So everyone is present and accounted for. Appointment to fill. So first item of business is the appointment to fill vacancy for village president.
Skip proof of posting.
Don't have to do proof.
Oh, sorry, proof of posting.
Right.
It was posted in both banks, upstairs and downstairs here in the Amundsen Center and at the website. I think that's it.
Post office.
Post office.
Post office.
Yep.
Like, we could probably recite that with
At your bank.
as well as
Get
you
that
guys
at your
can.
bank.
Exactly.
Paper.
All right, proof of posting done. Now, the appointment to fill the vacancy for village president. I think at a previous meeting, I had recommended that we appoint someone who's already on the board, because that's going to give us the best continuity for someone understanding, trying to go out to the community to find someone to fill the village board president position. I think with everything we have going on, I think that would be way too confusing for people. And they would serve out then the village president position for the remainder of Chris's former term, which would be through April of 2027. So anybody have any?
Anybody like to make a motion on who they would like to fill the vacancy for village president?
Well, I know Paul, I don't know if I have to make a motion to talk about this, but I know Paula, you had said at one point that you would do it. However, your term is up in April.
Mhm.
Are you still comfortable staying on?
Yes,
I know.
I'm willing to serve another year just for the continuity and the stability that I think the board would need.
Okay.
And I don't think Sarah or Brian are willing to extend their terms.
Correct. So I think that would
And-
eliminate us.
I think you're so busy trying to figure out EMS, and there's an awful lot of work EMS is going to have to do this year, that I don't know.
I could not do it until May because I have a school semester to finish in there as well too. So,
And then Jennifer, I know you've got a lot going on, and with the library board, I think that's kind of another sort of like full-time thing for you. And then Sharon, I know you have limitations when it comes to doing things during the day,
Yeah, days are out.
so,
I couldn't do that job anyhow.
okay.
Paul, does that mean you'd be running then? Because you'd have to run then,
Nope.
or no? It
No,
would
you
just
don't have
stay
to
at-
run to fill out a term.
Okay.
And I didn't re-up anyway as a village trustee.
Yep.
So I wouldn't leave, well, we'd have an empty position until the
position
April
then.
election.
Okay. Yep.
And we're going to decide later on what to do about that.
Okay. I will make a motion to nominate Paul Hollenbeck as village, to fill the vacancy for village president.
I will second that motion.
Um, I would gladly serve the term. I think with everything going on, having the continuity, I think would be great. I do have one condition though, and that is that I do not get paid the president's stipend. That I only get paid the same amount as trustees for whatever meetings I attend. I get the same stipend as everyone else. That would be my only condition. And that is, our ordinances does say that the village president gets paid, and I think it's about $3,000 a year. I don't want that. I did not, when I first came on the village board, I didn't even know we got paid. So I didn't get into this to get any made, and quite frankly, every dollar counts for the village of Cambridge right now, and that $3,000 can be better utilized than giving it to me.
and there's no issues with if she's choosing to not take the stipend or anything along those lines, right? I mean, I wouldn't think so,
There's
but
all sorts of ordinances that we overlook. So I think we could overlook that ordinance if we needed to.
That's not a good way to start out.
I mean,
I was gonna say, that's probably not the best way to start a term.
it allows it. I mean,
Don't, that's
well,
off
like-
the record.
Don't.
like if you wanted to give yourself a raise or something like that, you have to wait until the next term starts.
Right.
But there's nothing I've ever seen, anything about somebody saying, I'm gonna take a cut.
No.
Right.
What I was gonna say is if you wanted the continuity to stay, you could take that, whatever you make as the president, and donate it.
No, I don't want that because I don't want to show the income, Chris.
Okay, all right.
I personally don't
Just
want to show the income.
refuse the salary, leave the ordinance there in case there's another one, and then there is possibly there for something else, and say it's budget related, I don't want to accept my salary.
Personal choice, I think we can just leave it as. Okay.
Paul, is there anything else you think that would be important?
I'm hoping that there's not an issue with Dean being on the plan commission, being that we're related
Should
Or
not be. We have
by
precedent.
marriage.
I
Yeah,
don't
and
have no problem.
Okay. I think other than that, I don't really have
Is there a
anything else.
scenario where the board would have Paula fill out her term as the president?
No.
And then the board elect a new president once the other positions are filled?
You mean after the
I
April
think-
election?
Yes.
I think if we're going to do that, here's the problem. If we did that, it would be one of the 3 new people coming on. And the 3 new people don't know enough, which is the reason why we wanted to do it for the full length of Chris's term.
I think with all the transition and everything else, that is very important. I think 3 new people will need to get acclimated to the board, get acclimated to committee assignments and up to speed, and by that time, that's enough time. That takes a while. I don't know about any other board member. It's 6 months until you actually start really starting to get your feet wet comfortable, unless you have somebody who's very experienced, has been doing public service for a while. So my opinion is that gives Paula and Chris enough time, and then they can make some other decisions, new people on the board, so.
Okay. Any further discussion? All right, then Trustee Krecklau made a motion, Trustee Jacobson seconded it to appoint Paula Hollenbeck or to nominate Paula Hollenbeck to fill the vacancy for the village president. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. All right, motion carries. All right, public comments. Anyone have a public comment? No public comment. All right. So we move on down to the consent agenda, which the consent agenda is the village board minutes for December 16th, which aren't in the packet. So it's really just the village board minutes for
The 19th?
for December 19th, and then the cable commission
You
that
would
we
just-
had,
you
are the
would
2
just
items
wanna-
on the consent agenda.
You would just want to make sure you just remove that, just whatever process you normally do to remove something from the consent agenda, you just want to remove that when you approve it.
Okay.
So can we say I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda minus the approval of the village board minutes for December 16th?
I think that will work.
Is that your motion?
I'll second the motion.
Hollenbeck, second.
All right.
Blackwood,
I just had
resolution.
one item of discussion for the cable, just to let you, just to bring everyone here up to speed. And we got a financial report and all of these kind of things. Gary, who was our previous lead operator, is stepping back. Melissa will be our new lead operator. We voted to offer that to increase her wage to $32.50 an hour. And and she works about 25 to 30 hours a week. We have asked that a financial, or that, that she provide a report monthly on the activities that Melissa's been doing, so we have an understanding of where that money's going, and also that every quarter we'll get a financial report from our staff, so we have a good idea on where we're going there. The revenues, our ordinances state that no tax dollars will pay for anything related to the Cable Commission. So all of the revenues come out of what we get from the franchise fees for cable from cable subscribers, etc. So when you see that franchise fee, if you are a cable subscriber, if you see that franchise fee, that's going to help pay for the local programming that we provide. And by combining our resources between Oakland and Cambridge, that just gets us in a little bit better place. There does look like there's a lot in reserves, but like we're going to be dipping into those reserves to pay for Melissa's raise and keeping Gary on for where he is this year. And then the remainder of that, moving forward then from those franchise fees, we'll probably be breaking even in what we'd be paying Melissa moving forward. And so that those dollars that are being saved are in case a piece of equipment breaks, because all of this kind of equipment is not inexpensive. So having that money in reserve, I think, is important for that cable.
And that's at about 171,000.
Right now, yeah.
Okay. So, and then just to be clear, because I want to make sure. So, as reported, the revenues were 56,000, and then the expenditures were 64, right?
Yep.
And so there's that, but that fund balance is what keeps that, because no
Correct.
budget. Okay.
Yep.
And is that the revenue for the 2 municipalities?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. All right, so that was my report on the Cable Commission. Anybody have any other items on the 2 consent agenda, or questions on the 2 consent agenda items?
Nope. Look good to me.
All right, then Blackwood made a motion, Hollenbeck seconded. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say no. All right, motion carries. Yes.
Can with regard to, I want to go, can we go back to your, like your refusal of the salary?
Yes.
Because there's a Wisconsin statute that talks about refusal of salary by elected officials. And if you do that, you have to make written notice of it.
Okay.
On the day that you take, within like 24 hours of the day that you.
Okay.
So if we're going to be in compliance with that, and it's section 66.0505 subsection 3. And the only reason I know this is because I work with the school board, and we go through a process every year right after the election and before they're sworn in. But because you're taking a new position, I think that it would still. I'm not a legal
Nope,
person, but I
No, that's
just
good
to
to know, though.
be
I
in
can-
compliance.
I'll get a.
Abundance of caution.
Yep.
I will get an email off to you today.
Just
or
yeah.
tomorrow. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to reference state statute 660505 subsection 3.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Then we'll move on to committee reports. Fire and EMS Commission.
Yes. So we did, due to my error, we did not have a December meeting. However, we held a special meeting last week, and we officially hired our new EMS service director. His name is Chase Stedman. He was a former City of Madison paramedic and EMS chief. So he brings 30 years of experience to us, which is great. He started yesterday, which was good. So he's completed 2 full days. Today he spent looking at the budget, which was good. We finished 2025 actually very well financially, better than we had expected. So we have a meeting next week that we are going to be re-looking at the budget to see where we can make some changes. So we'll be bringing that to our second meeting in January.
Great. Great, excellent work.
Can I ask what he's getting paid?
He is getting a salary of $95,000, but he is not taking any benefits.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Thanks.
All right, Personnel Committee.
Well, I wish I had a better update for you, but I don't have a whole lot of updates for the personnel's handbook. I think we all agreed last time to all put some edits there. I didn't get anything. I also didn't reach out to anybody to ask for that, so a little of both. But with all the personnel things going on, I think we need to get cranking on that once we go out of closed session and figure out some of the other things going on there. So.
I did
Do you-
forward something from the HR lawyer.
Oh, okay.
It's for some suggestions
Okay.
for our personnel handbook.
Okay.
Do we want to look at holding a meeting?
I was figuring we would figure out who would be in each of the things and
Okay.
some of that assignment stuff and, yeah, get that worked out. So.
Sounds good.
The Personnel Committee is intact, so,
We can roll.
yeah, you guys can
Yeah.
roll. So if
Okay.
you guys want to
Yeah.
determine that right now, we can.
You guys got time for a meeting this week?
This week?
Not this week.
Probably not this week. Next week?
Next week.
Could do next week. I could either do Tuesday or Thursday. Theoretically, I could do. Oh no, Monday's a holiday.
Oh, it is.
I could either do the 20th or 22nd because our commission
Well, we have
meeting is
the
on
water
the.
and sewer on the 20th.
Okay. Does 22nd work?
Thursday? Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Thursday's fine.
5:30, 6?
Could we do 6, please?
6 Thursday?
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
6 p.m.
So that would be Thursday,
January 22nd.
Jan 22 at 6 p.m.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, great. So I think the biggest reason this was on the agenda was to see when and if you guys were going to have a meeting because we know that's a priority. So, okay, great. All right, let's move on then to item number 8, Village Administrator Report.
Okay, I have on here our approval of the bills, but before that, I would like to introduce everyone to Mr. Brian Wilson. He's here from PAA. He has been, along with Judy, been able to help us keep the village going and moving in the right direction. So I appreciate all Brian's work. And then Carl Franz is with us as well, but I gave Carl, he works just Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So we're kind of keeping his hours to 20 hours a week.
Good.
But he's been providing wealth and knowledge as the former administrator, 35 years. And these guys get to talking sometimes, and it's like a foreign language, but I throw myself into it, and it's like, but they've been awesome, and I appreciate you guys as a board, allowing them to help us out. So there's a ton of stuff that we have done. I think we have wins. We have our meeting in the morning. We talk about wins, and some of the wins for the village have been getting the tax bills out. Dane County helped us out. They threw us a lifeline, and they're taking care of the Dane County side of the house. We have a couple speed bumps when it comes to SOTs for Jefferson, but Brian's working through those. And just as we start getting those wins with the taxes and getting them in, elections are right around the corner. So I'm very grateful to have these folks here.
As a matter of fact, on Thursday, at the same time I have to go drop off the settlement checks that are statutorily due, I've got to drop off the election equipment because it's being upgraded.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Brian, are you familiar with the electronic poll books and stuff that we have?
I'm familiar with like the touchscreen voting devices. The Badger books are new. We didn't
Oh,
have
you
those.
didn't have it, we're still the paper books?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we just transitioned last year into the electronic.
Right. My
Full book.
last community had the Badger books, but I was gladly never at working at any of the elections.
Yeah, yeah, understandable. Okay, all right, great. Okay,
So then the next thing here for my report is approval of the bills. So the old school red folder is around, is back, making an appearance. But we have an approval of bills totaling $150,124.53. The big ticket items on there, it's the beginning of the year, and this is another reason why these guys have been very helpful, is we got to pay our insurance, and we got to make sure that our Oakland Cambridge Wastewater Commission is brought up to speed. So without further ado, the bill over 5,000. Bear Insurance Services, $7,557.50. Oakland Cambridge Wastewater Commission, $58,003.45. That would usually go on a water and sewer bill, but we wanted to get that paid and get that to them. Ellers and Associates, $7,500. Municipal Property Insurance Company, $24,089.00. Village of Deerfield Sheriff's Contract, $22,560.58. And last but not least, Village of McFarland Senior Outreach, $8,433.89. And again, the total is $150,124.53.
And then does the water sewer just reimburse us, the village, or how does that?
it just all comes out of the, I mean,
It's coded.
it's
water.
coded.
coded
Yeah,
correctly.
it's coded
Okay,
correctly.
perfect.
And you'll see in your packet.
It's
that
just somebody has to approve
Right.
those,
Yeah.
and, yeah,
Okay,
Check standard.
since we're meeting before water and sewer, so that we
Perfect.
don't get a late fee.
that works. Okay. Okay.
So
Is the Deerfield one paid quarterly?
the sheriff's,
The sheriff's one? Do you,
I do believe it's a,
is that
I
quarterly?
want to say it's
Yeah.
quarterly, yes.
Are we, because there's so much going on, I know there were some things at the end of the year, are we up to date with our bills with the Fire and EMS Commission?
We are.
Okay, because remember, we were a little bit of
Yeah.
an over,
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a win too. So.
That is a win.
All right.
No surprise bills have popped up in the last 4 months.
Thank
So
God, about time, huh?
we're, yeah,
can't say that for the village.
no,
Going through some emails today. So
yeah.
Great, great.
Might be some surprises, but I didn't see anything right now.
All right. I will make a motion to approve the bills in the total of $150,124,000.53.
I'll second.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, I've got a motion from, motion from Blackwood and a second from Trendle. Discussion.
I didn't see anything that stood out.
I didn't either. Looked like all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty high for this, but it's the beginning of the year. We got to get all of our insurance and everything squared away and get them in. Also, just as a side note, I did have a Teams meeting today with our auditors, and I have another one tomorrow, and these two guys will be in the afternoon. So I know we had talked about switching auditing firms, but I don't think it's a good idea at this point.
I thought they didn't want to be our auditors anymore.
They're fully on board.
Oh, they are?
Yep.
Oh, I say keep what we got then.
They're
Let's try to
fully on
keep some
board, and
consistency.
they have all of everything for
I
last year.
think where we have to be careful, though, with these auditors is they charge for every phone call outside of the ordinary.
Yeah.
So we just have to make sure that we're staying on top. If we stay with these guys, we have to make sure we're staying on top of what they're billing us.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to bill us monthly. They can't wait until the whole audit is done and then send us an extra $20,000 bill because
Yes.
we didn't realize they were
Yeah.
charging for a
Yeah.
15-minute conversation.
Do we have a is it budgeted, how much we wanted for that? Because I think that's where, you know, we had auditors and then some of the administrators started using and we started charging up then we started getting all these fees, right? We were like, let's have staff keep it on, should we try to keep it into a budget so that we would have to approve any of that stuff, or?
We have a budget.
We budgeted,
I was gonna say, it was a line item that was on our budget.
So if,
So-
then we should make sure we're managing to that number, and if we're gonna have to go over, we need to make sure, you know.
And I-
Chris,
yeah, I will watch
can,
it.
well, no, can you go back and see what the audit rate is for this year per the contract? Because this would be the third year of the contract. And then can you read through the contract and see, does it auto-renew for another 3 years? Or do we need to re-up a contract with them? So if you could look into that with the audit, and then, once we know how much we committed to by contract, see how much we budgeted, then we could determine if we left any leeway for additional
Yeah,
dollars.
and that's, if things come up, it's okay, it's just, you know what I mean, it's the
Yeah, you
20,
just don't
30,000,
surprise
all of a
us.
sudden at the end,
Yeah.
you're like, what?
Yeah, we
How did
ran
that
into
happen?
that with prior treasurers
Couple
and
of years
everything,
ago, yeah.
where it was. Yeah, I get it. I'll look into that, and I will
Okay.
get some answers back to everyone here.
All
What
right.
what is the name of the current auditor?
What is it?
Bauman?
It's Bauman.
Bauman? Okay, thank you.
Bauman and Associates.
Your audit and accounting budget for 26 is 15,000, looks like?
Yeah.
Then I know that the library pays for some of that audit dollar amount too, so the contract is probably for higher than 15, but the library pays for a portion of that. So, let's,
And each of your utilities probably does too.
yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so,
That was just general fund.
okay. Any other discussion on the bills? All right, so I got a motion to pay the bills in the set amount from Blackwood, and a second by Trendle. Roll call, please.
All right, Trustee Blackwood,
Yes.
Trustee Kricklau,
Yes.
Trustee Schultz,
Yes.
Trustee Jacobson,
Yes.
Trustee Trundle,
Yes.
President Hollenbeck.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, new business, discussion and on the vacant trustee seat.
So this would be your seat we're
Yes, so
talking
this
about,
would be
right?
the seat that was vacated when I moved into the president position.
So do we think, I guess the question that I have is, it's mid-January, we have an election in April. Is it prudent of us to fill this spot? We ran into this last year, and at that point in time, we made the decision to not fill it, just because it would be by the time they got in the role, that they would be done.
And what Brian said before about it taking about 6 months to really get up to speed, to understand what's kind of going on and procedurally, and, you know, that ordinances and statutes dictate what we can do, and, you know.
And it would be too late for them to get on the ballot to run again if we would bring somebody in and they would want that position again, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And reverse of that is also true, like somebody who's already submitted their nomination papers. You wouldn't want to just have them come onto the board when they've
Right. They've submitted their
submitted
paperwork
their
already,
paperwork.
because we know there's going to be open seats.
I don't think it makes any sense
They
to
come from a writing.
have that position try to be filled in the next
2.5 months.
There's about 5 or 6 board meetings left until
Right.
those elections, so, and
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll have 4 seats.
that's gonna mean we're light on
3 seats
some,
open, okay. All right.
And committees.
Committees.
and the board for a bit, so.
The board, I'm not so much worried about. The committee shifting could be a little tricky.
But as we look at the committees,
Yeah,
Uh,
I was looking at that
yeah.
going forward.
a
so
lot of them until April,
would be okay.
yeah, because they don't even meet.
Because they don't meet.
So we
Yeah.
could actually even leave them vacant until,
Yeah.
you know. All right, okay, so do we need a motion, Chris?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to leave trustee Hollenbeck's seat vacant through the end of this term, your term. However we want to say that.
Trustee Krecklo, second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Further discussion? I think that's a good decision. All right, so I've got a motion by Blackwood and a second by Krecklau to leave the position, or the trustee seat vacated by trustee Hollenbeck vacant until election in April. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. All right, motion carries. All right, discussion and possible action on vacant village trustee committee assignments. So we have a list of the ones that are vacant, and it goes up to the top. Does anyone want to serve on any of these boards?
I would step into the joint Cambridge-Oakland Planning Committee.
Okay, and I'm already on that one, right, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, so Blackwood would do that one.
And it's important because there's going to be a meeting hopefully before June
Well, we have,
about roads.
yeah,
You had asked for that information before, and
Yeah.
that information is June 20th, 2026 is the answer to your question. When is that IGA up?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Board of Review does not meet until after the election, so I say we just leave that one vacant.
Sounds good. Are any of these leadership ones, or are they just vacant seats on those boards? 'Cause
Audit and
it's-
Finance's chair.
So that's a chair position?
Realistically, Audit and Finance probably will not meet before April, or do we need to meet before April?
If there's
You can
anything-
put me on Audit and Finance,
I would be okay taking the chair.
and you take the chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blackwood chair, trustee, and then Hollenbeck on it.
No, I said that, manager's gonna step
Any other
The
chair?
TIF review board, I don't think that is going to, that doesn't meet, that meets in the fall, so we can leave that one vacant.
Okay.
The Historic Preservation Committee, I'd say let's leave that vacant, because I don't even know when they're ever going to meet. If we find out there's going to be a meeting, we can always appoint someone at that
Okay.
time. So then that just leaves Water, Sewer, Stormwater Board.
Well, what about Audit and Finance? We said we're going to leave that vacant?
No,
No,
I'm going
audit-
to take chair,
and
and
I was gonna
Paula's going
take
to step in.
The open position.
Okay.
I'm already on Water and Sewer, so
I used to be on water and sewer, and I know the term ends. If somebody needs somebody to fill it out, at least I know what's going on a bit on it, so.
So correct one.
Would you be okay doing that,
because
Sure.
okay.
just for the next couple months?
Sure.
I feel like trying to step into that now might be a little,
I
for
agree, that's
somebody
why I
new.
offered. That's what I offered, yep.
Okay.
Is that all right? Does that make
Yep.
sense?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian.
Okay.
Just Chris, also on the Water, Sewer, Stormwater Board,
Yeah.
we did, Ted is done,
Okay.
so we were going to extend an invitation to Matt from up in the Vineyards Way to see if I think he lives up in the Vineyards. You know,
He's
the Matt,
already on it?
no, that's
your
Matt, that's my Matt Hewson.
Mhm.
I shouldn't say my Matt. He lives across the street from me. And I suggested he come on the board. That's why I called him my Matt. The other Matt, he sits back there in the meetings.
Is it Dozlaw? Is that how you say
Is
that
that
last name?
Dozlaw?
Dozlaw or
Do-
it's spelled kind of different.
If we can get me his
DOZ.
info, then I can extend an invite to
Here,
him.
I can tell you.
Oh, super.
You just want to text me his contact info?
Oh, yeah, just text him the contact info.
I don't have his contact info. I just know his last name is Dozois.
D-O-Z, D-O-Z what?
Dozois.
Mhm. Okay, I can
I
look
don't
it up
have
on a
his
water
number.
bill.
Okay.
And then we have the.
Oh, and then at the top, Dane County Citizen Villages Association. I would like to propose we put Chris as our representative. I know I went to those meetings in the past, and some other municipalities did have their administrators go.
Lisa went
So
at one point in time, didn't she?
I think maybe she did.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm-
I'm trying to remember, I want to say you get one voting seat,
Yep.
and I thought that was usually an elected official. I don't know if it's required to be an elected official, but
I
That's
think
what
you
I was
can
told.
vote, though, you don't have to be present, so somebody else could actually, we could have somebody else do the vote, right? And somebody else attend the meetings, I don't know.
Yeah, I went, I think, as a trustee.
I went all the time with my president, but
How about we
Well,
do
well-
this? I can go and we'll find out.
You can go, and if it's an issue, then I
Yeah.
suppose I can fill it.
Or Sharon.
No, that's during the day, so that won't work for Sharon. All right. Okay, so we have then Audit and Finance, Hollenbeck fills the vacant seat, Blackwood takes chair. Board of Review, leaving vacant. Water, Sewer, Stormwater Board, Krecklau. TIF Review Board, will leave vacant. Joint Cambridge Oakland Planning Committee, Blackwood. Historic Preservation Committee, vacant. And then Dane County Village and Cities Association, we're going to have Brunig, our administrator.
I would like to have one other note on committees. Planning Commission, Sarah and myself are on that committee, and we are both no longer going to be on the board after that. The Planning Commission is a big deal. I think maybe now would be the time to swap one of us out there for somebody who's going to be on the board longer, to at least maintain some continuity on that, to not just, that's just my suggestion.
No, that's
So
a really
I'm
good
willing to trade around something else, or if you want to leave me on there and have Sarah move something else, I just think it might make sense.
To talk about that in another meeting, though, because
Okay.
it's not on the agenda.
Okay.
So, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I just,
But it's,
Throw it as
it
an
makes
idea.
sense.
the thing about, I know we were going over assignments, so
Mhm.
this came as a thought today. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ooh, that's a big loss.
Yeah, I know the developers would appreciate that, some kind of continuity there, so.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Future agenda item?
Future agenda item, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When does the planning commission meet? Is it
The second Monday of every month is the standing meeting.
And then hearings if necessary.
And are the hearings usually on the same nights or no?
We try to schedule them.
Usually they're part of
Yep.
the meeting, or, yeah.
Yep.
I can't do Mondays.
You said second Monday? I might be able to make it work. Oh, actually, possibly, because my work schedule changed, so I don't work Mondays and Tuesdays anymore.
Okay.
So,
So then it just probably, you can condense all of these into one motion to, as
Can we just say
assigned.
as
as
discussed?
assigned,
So,
Does somebody want to make a motion?
sure. I will make a motion to appoint the trustee committee assignments as discussed.
Scholes will second.
Okay, any further discussion?
I do have one question. Why is there a vacancy on water sewer?
because Ted Cumbier is,
Oh, that's the one
Is
that's
that
vacant?
what-
oh, I don't know.
Because you're still on it, Paula.
Yeah, I'm still on
Yeah,
it.
you're
Oh, and
still-
you weren't on it,
No.
Chris? Okay,
Oh,
so the
So it
one
might be
vacancy,
because of Ted.
Yeah, that's
so,
what I wanted to
so
clarify.
Brian, you're out of it.
Okay.
'Cause
he's like, oh shucks.
Well, if we can get the Matt guy to take,
Yep,
Yeah.
so let's
I was
pull,
just
let's pull
offering him
him
up,
out
so,
because,
okay.
because it was a citizen
Yeah.
member, that position that was vacated. So
catch.
if we have
Yeah.
another citizen
Thanks.
position, that would be great.
And it's possible it could just be an error because I went by what was on the website because the one paper copy we had was incorrect. It didn't have last year's appointments.
So I've got Steve, Matt, me, Sarah, and it's 5 people on the board, commission. So, yeah, there's only one more position that, it was Ted, and Ted's now gone. Yep.
And
So
is
we'll
it
just-
only 2 elected? Is it
Yep.
2 elected and 3 citizen?
Yep.
Thank you,
So you're
sir.
off the hook. You're welcome.
I was just trying to help. I thought there was a vacancy. All right.
So
sounds good.
refresh my memory on the future agenda item though again, Brian.
To consider the plan commission assignment. Doesn't have to be the chair, but both members are going to be not on the board after April. So if there wants to be somebody to switch out, so there can at least be some continuity for that and some transfer over, I think. And any other board assignments in the same, that was the only one that I knew of exactly that seemed pertinent for consideration, to just do
Yeah, Larry Gunzer isn't there.
make it easier. How about that?
Yeah,
That's why.
Because I can imagine it when there's a new board and there's new board members now, you have to like
Yeah,
take, and
and
there's
that-
no one here.
This would have been another concern for water and sewer if both Sarah and I were gone, but since,
Yeah, and
since
any
I'm
other
staying
assignments that
up,
might be in that
yeah.
situation, I would consider as well.
okay.
so we still got Steve on, right, for water and sewer?
Yes, Steve oh, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I counted Steve.
Steve, Paula.
Steve and Matt,
There's no Matt on our website.
Matt Hewson.
Ted Kumbier, Larry Gunzer, Chris Brunig, and
Matt
Paula
Hewson,
Hollenbeck.
Matt Hewson took Larry's position.
I think you took my spot on water and sewer.
Uh-huh.
And so Ted Cumbier is no longer there.
Yeah, okay. so
That's the one, that's the
Matt.
one open
Okay.
position.
Yep,
Yep.
that makes sense. We just gotta update our website.
Okay, so the position, so the vacancy would be filled by that Matt
Dozier?
Dozier.
Dozier.
And there's no
Dozois.
trustee position.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know how to say it. Those
Dozier?
maybe?
Dozier?
Sounds French.
Okay. So we had a motion and a second to fill the positions as discussed with the correction of taking off Krecklau from Water and Sewer Board. So any further discussion?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so Blackwood made the motion, Scholes seconded it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right. Discussion and possible action on President Pro Tem position. I held that position since I'm now president. We'll need someone else to fill the President Pro Tem position till April. Krista, would you be willing to do it?
Why not?
I think you've been on the board the longest after me,
I have, yeah.
which is part of the reason why I'm
Yeah.
thinking you. Are you okay?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
At this point in time, I don't have any plans to be gone
Okay.
till April, so, all right. So I will make a motion to appoint Kristen Blackwood in the President Pro Tem position.
I will second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Discussion? All right, we've got a motion from Hollenbeck to put Kristen Blackwood in that position. Trustee Krecklau seconded it. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. All right, motion carries. Discussion and possible action on authorizing the village president to sign checks. Right now, we only have one person who's authorized to sign checks in our village, and that is Chris. So, traditionally, the president is a second signature. Once we hire a clerk treasurer full-time, they would be a third signature. So that's what we're looking to get that approval.
Does Pro Tem have to do that too?
Nope.
No.
That, I have not signed any checks
haven't?
because,
Okay.
because I didn't get it, no, we generally don't
didn't
have the pro
authorize.
tem
Okay,
approved.
that makes sense. I just want to.
Yep.
And just for everybody's information, for these checks right here, more than likely I will be the one signing them. I have an agreement worked out with Bank First for just this go-around until they can see the approved minutes where we decide to have Paula sign as well.
I will make a motion for the new village president, Paul Hollenbeck, authorization to sign village checks.
I will second that motion. Trustee Jacobson second the motion.
All right, I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Banks.
All right, then Krecklau motion, Jacobson second. All in favor say aye.
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 All right, all opposed say no. Motion carries. By the way, I'm just repeating names so that when they do minutes from recordings, we've got a good, okay. All right, a discussion of possible action on recommendation for the Plan Commission to approve ordinance 2026-01, an ordinance to amend Chapter 17 zoning of the Cambridge Final Municipal Code ordinances. I thought we already approved this.
We were waiting on that one document to be in there, that the mutual aid agreement, so that we could be over 45 feet, which was on that little note, and so I had to wait for that actual.
So
Got it.
we have a little bit of a hiccup with that because we can't enter into a mutual aid agreement until we have the need for mutual aid.
Okay.
So there are 4 communities that have a tower. There is Ora Ladder Truck. There is Lake Mills, City of Lake Mills. There is Village of Cottage Grove, whatever you call it. There is Stoughton and there is Fort Atkinson. So we will have no issues with coverage.
Some mutual aid
One
from
of them
someone of
will,
those. Okay.
yes.
We also don't have any buildings over this height at
Right.
this time. They would still have to be built and gone through Plan Commission
Yep.
and other things.
So we have enough time to be able to
Correct.
precede that.
It would be
Okay.
a simple, once we know that there is even a draft of a building or something like that coming in, we just can't sign a mutual aid card to assign apparatus if we do not have the need for such apparatus,
So
is
the
what I was
whole
told.
goal of this was
that
to
makes sense.
standardize across this. We were just stuck on that one item, and so, yeah. So, again, we don't have a building like that. We don't have any plans to have a building that height at this point, so there is other checks that could be kind of looked at for when that comes up, if and when that would come up. So.
And I don't think the Plan Commission's recommendation would expire, so whenever you're ready, you just bring the ordinance back out.
Yep.
So we don't need to take action tonight on that then, or do we?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
we
action
we do.
is-
Sorry.
We actually can't do anything until the board
Oh, yeah,
approves
that
it,
makes
so.
sense.
So the action is the village board can approve as recommended by Plan Commission, approve with conditions or changes, or deny the text amendments.
And what we're looking at is the next page in your packet after the memo that shows what the changes were is that ordinance 2026-01. That's what we're looking to get approved.
Blackwood will make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-01, an ordinance to amend Chapter 17 zoning of the Village of Cambridge Municipal Code of Ordinances.
Trustee Kreckler will second.
Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? We got the motion second. Any further discussion? This was the whole, when we wanted to leave it at 35, and then a few of our board
A
members
couple of
said, but
us-
we have to move up.
We have to
because
grow
we
up
don't
if we
have-
can't grow
we can't
out.
grow out.
That was the
So,
quote.
Yep.
That was the
It was
And-
99%. Everybody's like, man, this is great. It standardizes this a lot and eases up compared to what we had in there and standardizes it, and then we were just stuck on that one single item. Yeah.
So now we're good.
quote by Trendle, just for the record.
All right, so
We both own that.
Yes.
We
That's
both
a
own
joint
that.
statement.
That was a
That was
joint
a joint
statement.
statement.
Yes,
Yep.
it was.
Yep.
And I stand by it.
all right, and I changed my mind. I was vehemently opposed, but then after your argument, I'm like, okay, that's new information. I never really thought of it
Yep.
that way, and so yeah, I'm totally on board as well.
Especially as we see all those
So
lovely
proud.
solar
There's
panels
growth.
getting put
Yeah,
up.
So
exactly.
proud.
All right, so we've got a motion by Blackwood and a second by Krecklau to approve the ordinance 2026-01. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. All right, motion carries. Item F, discussion of possible action on revised 2026 EMS budget. Do we need to do anything on that this
We don't
meeting?
need to do anything on that tonight. I'll have more information on that going forward. We do have provided no other crazy things step off, we do have the ability to pay off some of our debt that the commission has sooner than we actually expected,
Oh, great.
which would then in turn lower that budget a little bit.
Great.
So, and then we're making some changes with staffing, and we have the collective bargaining that we're wrapping up. So we have the ability, like I said, without any major issues, to bring in a somewhat lower.
Okay. All right, so we'll look forward, that will be a future agenda item.
Mhm.
All right, excellent. Discussion of, okay, the next item is discussion of 2026 priority items for village staff. And this is just sort of our opportunity as board members to say, because at the end of the year, we had a lot of crap going on.
A lot of change.
And sort of like, okay, what do we want our staff to work on as the priority items? Or this board. So, I mean, number one is the employee handbook. I think that's a huge priority, and Personnel Committee, I think, is already on top of that.
Yep.
The second thing, I think, is making sure we're prepared for elections, because there are primaries, which means that's in February. So we have to make sure that we've got February, April, August, and November. So we want to make sure that we're going to be prepared for those.
Is there training that has to go? Because I'm assuming.
It's in the middle of it.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm assuming there's some sort of training certification, something
You're
around.
supposed to have it every 2 years.
Okay.
And mine's about 4 years past due, so I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
quick. I'm
Beautiful.
through most of the basic stuff. I've just been doing a little bit at a time. but,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
Some things have changed, but not much. And we definitely, at the next meeting, have to approve our election judges. It actually should have been approved before the end of December, but there was nobody here to present that list.
We have to approve the what?
The election judges.
Oh, got it.
Every 2 years.
Yep.
So, but considering the fact that I know that a lot of communities will be adding and removing during the year as people move, I don't think it's going to be an issue to approve them this month.
Okay.
That's an agenda item.
And
You
I'm
gotta put that in.
And I'm intending to use the same ones, yep.
And then, from my perspective, the audit / finances would be then another priority.
100%. On that note, do we have the ability to do a once-a-month financial report for the board of some sort?
Sure, we can-
Do,
At the minimum.
Yeah.
It'd be
think
better
that-
than,
I mean, that should definitely be a standard going forward, but
do we have the 2026 budget entered in Workhorse?
I have only this week finally saw the budget, but it's not entered in yet.
Okay,
Okay.
I can do that, but I'm trying to get past a couple things right now.
yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think getting that budget in, and even if we don't have anything to report actuals, so that once a month we can see what we had budgeted, because seeing the
And what's
bills come
being taken
through,
off.
we can sometimes guess where things are also. So, but having that understanding of actual versus budgeted would be really important.
Yeah, and it's been requested by a lot of the
Bless-
constituents. Bless you.
bless you.
Or like Sarah said, you know, even if we can just do a quarterly, you know,
To
report
start,
just to
maybe,
start.
Yeah, have something.
Because obviously you need to get things up and running, but
Yeah, we got some issues with reconciliation that we gotta deal with. But yeah, once we get that in there, then you can start, and then as Judy's coding things into it, you can see where that's,
okay,
where are we at so far this year?
cool.
And I think that's a fair ask. It's just a matter of getting it in there.
Okay. And I think for me, the only thing I would like to know is, and it obviously it isn't in the next week, but like contracts that we have coming due, things along those lines where, you know, we need to start looking at those things, you know, if we have to go out for RFPs, do we have to do, you know, things along those lines just to get us set us up in a good place to start our budget process?
And Did you find that spreadsheet that I worked on for all the contracts?
No, but
Okay.
I'll have a side discussion with you on that.
Okay.
Because your name was brought up on the contract request from an open records request.
Those sound like the priority items. I know those got to get done, so I think we're right on the same page. So.
Anybody else have any other priorities?
The other thing I can think of is a project report, you know, what's out there as far as building projects, you know, plan. I mean, it feel like we've had individuals come in, talk to us about, you know, the Melsters development, you know, there's been all sorts of things, the Lucille Court, you know, some of
That's
these
all
other
planning.
things. And I
The
feel like
bridge?
Bridge. coming up.
everything is kind of,
It's coming
Oh.
to a-
That's a priority. Sorry. We have to know what they're doing at that bridge for Firefest. That's an absolute, because Firefest, the
May need
Firefest
to-
committee can't
might
do
need
their
to
planning
move location.
until we know what the disposition of that bridge is going to be.
Seeing that it's a federal.
I was going to say, are we going to have any say in it?
No, but at least
And-
we can plan.
Yeah,
around
we
their
can,
Just for
so,
planning
so
purposes?
if they say,
Okay.
well, we're not going to start working on the bridge until July, then we don't have to worry about it. If they're going to start in June, then it's, okay, is the bridge going to be traversable by people?
Okay.
Will
I see
people
what you're
be able to
saying.
walk across it?
Gotcha.
And if not, then I'll just say, if it doesn't, it may impact that downtown business because people are going to have to go the long way around in order to get downtown. But we'll just have to direct them that way, or I don't know. Maybe we
And then
get
we-
volunteers to run golf
I
carts
was
or
going to
something.
say,
or-
volunteer golf carts.
Regionalization.
So
too,
you know,
Hay wagons.
we'll have to be creative from that perspective. I think from a committee.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense.
Okay, so that's why and it does, there is lead time in planning all that stuff, so.
Is
Okay,
that the only road construction project that is going to
that
be
we know of in the
impacted?
village?
Allen Street was the pick for, I want to say, LRIP. But
Is
I
it
can double
Ellen
check.
Street?
Allen Street was our,
Okay,
but
We-
we also.
we have
in
to watch,
June,
we
gotta
have to
be
watch
careful.
when Allen Street is going to be done according to the Firefest too,
Mhm.
because
And that's a
you,
little bit more on our control.
yeah, we can't get to Allen Street
Yeah.
from Pleasant. So if you go Pleasant, do you know where the park is?
The south side
Do you know
of
where
fire
the,
station.
yeah, do you know where the bike path like meets Pleasant Street?
Yep.
If you go straight there, that's Allen Street.
Okay, okay.
All right. Anything else on the 2026 EMS, on the 2026 priority items?
So just to recap, I have employee handbook, be prepared for elections, and then we have to approve the election judges, that's a future agenda item. Audit and finances, contracts, 2026 budget, needs to be inputted in workhorse ASAP. And contracts we have, do we need to go out for RFP for anything? One thing that comes to mind is our garbage disposal, might have to check into that.
I thought we re-upped them
For a
last year for 3
3-year
years, I thought.
It was either
I'll
3 or
double
5.
check on that.
Yeah, double check that.
So, and then the Firefest and Bridge, as well as Allen Street. And then the regionalization, how that's going too, I guess.
Oh. Sure.
Allen Street, is that where the Midnight Sun?
Yeah.
Condominium, okay. Yeah, I thought so.
I just have a question for you, Brian. Is it pretty standard for municipalities to do monthly or quarterly budget to actuals? Is that typical in your experience?
Kind of depends on how you're organized. I mean, my last community, we had a finance committee that met every month, and they reviewed bills and everything, and all of our reconciliations and fund balances, and they would review where we were with the budget, and then their report was given to the full board, and then they basically voted to accept the finance report, and that was pretty much just the way it went. But yeah, typically you want to know kind of where your your actuals are compared to your budget. For me, though, it was always important when preparing the budget to get to it through at least June and have everything reconciled, and then be able to say, okay, that way you get your 50% marked so you can kind of see where you are, and then I would wait till like the end of September and then look and see where you are 3/4 of the way through and put those in for the final budget projections.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
What is the status of the by the Lions Club? What is the road?
Lagoon Road.
Lagoon Road. Thank you. What is the status of that? Because we talked with MSA, and then
That was going to be a 2026 project,
I thought it was supposed to be 2026.
and we had enough money in the TIF to pay for it.
So
We're in
is
discussions with that right now. I met with our MSA rep 2 days ago on that. That's on their radar for this year.
okay.
And there's an extra added cost that still meets our finances with TIF for that blacktop of that road that goes back to the
Blacktopping it all the way to the
Lions
Lions Club.
area?
That would be ideal if we can do that.
Yes.
they have what it's going to cost to do that ingress egress by
Yep.
134.
Mhm.
Remember that was an issue with visibility.
Yep.
And then and they're sitting there waiting, ready to go. They just need to know the green light from the board
'Kay.
on that, so we can put that on the next agenda.
Can we?
Do we know what the cost to take Blacktop all the way back is yet?
They have an estimate. I would be.
Just a yes or no, I don't want to know the details.
Yeah, they do. There is a cost estimate that MSA
Okay,
gave
there
me. Yeah.
Okay,
How
Becau-
old it is?
Yeah.
It might be from last year.
okay.
So
Because if we have a cost estimate, then it might be worth bringing up so we can get MSA moving on it.
mhm.
Do we want to do that in
I
a
know there's
January?
developers that want to get moving on that.
Do we want to do that in the
to a point
January
where they wanna
meeting?
help.
Or do we want to do that in February, at the first meeting in February?
I would like
We
to see
kind of need to
January.
move that up, yeah.
Okay, so let's do that at the next meeting, have that as a future agenda item.
As long
Lagoon
as
Road.
We'll probably discuss it a little in
Plan Commission then?
Plan Commission that Monday, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have fresh information for the board on Tuesday.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Good.
That'll work.
All right. I will call one more time. Anything else
Nope, I'll
further
shut
to
up now.
discuss? No, we're good. We've had good questions. I love the discussion. Anything else? All right. Then future agenda items, Amundsen Center community room, senior room, kitchen rental rates. That was something I think Lucy was looking into. I don't know that that's a priority based on some of the other stuff that you have. We can revisit that maybe in a March timeframe.
I think it's already on our new fee schedule.
Yeah.
And is that fee schedule finalized?
You guys. we
Right,
approved
And is
it.
and is it
Thought we had
published?
I know that our building inspector just got it because I've been getting a lot of permits with the old fee schedule, with
Okay.
the old fees on it. So
Yep.
I said, well, we got to make sure we can grandfather those in, but as of January 1st, we need to get on this new fee schedule. So
Yep.
we're starting to see those permits populate with the new fees.
Good. Is that fee schedule published on our website?
I don't believe it is.
Can we?
I'm sure.
Yeah, as
it
soon as
should
I
be an
get
issue.
the updated one, put it on there.
Okay.
I
quick.
think that might have just been the missed part maybe out of it
Mhm.
getting it published. So then we don't need to discuss that. We've already discussed the fees for the Amundsen Center report and adjusted rates.
Did we increase those as part of the fee schedule? I don't know that we did.
I know, yeah.
So-
that might have been a separate, I'll look into it.
Yeah, if you can look into that. And then another item, discussion possible action on public comment. The reason I had this as a future agenda item because I want to make sure we're following up on that database that we were going to create. And I think, Brian, you had offered to assist with creating
Mm-hmm.
something for tracking
Tracking public comment.
any public comment or question that comes in, and then the follow-up by staff.
Yep.
Perfect.
I think that's really important for transparency. I
And,
think
and
that'll
that
be very
follow-up
helpful.
aspect is why on the sign-in sheet now, I added, instead of saying representing, I put email or / telephone number.
so that we have a way to get back to people when they
Right.
do have questions, so.
And if they want an answer, they need to put their
Right.
contact information.
Yep.
You know?
All right, so we'll talk more about that as we move forward. I will probably keep this as a future agenda item each meeting until I know the database has been created. And then how that's accessible for people to be able to view. Okay. All right, public comment. Any public comment? Nope. All right. So then I will entertain item number 12, going into closed session.
Okay. Village Board will convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.851 Charlie to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of public employees over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, specifically the utility and deputy clerk applicants. And the village board will convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.185 Echo to consider deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session related to the discussion of contract with public administration associates.
Blackwood made a motion.
Schultz will second.
Okay, trustee Schultz seconds it. Roll call, please.
Trustee Blackwood,
Yes.
trustee Krecklau,
Yes.
trustee Schultz,
Yes.
trustee Jacobson,
Yes.
trustee Trendle,
Yes.
President Hollenbeck.
Yes. All right, so we are convened into